Hi, Jessica. How are you today?
I'm not doing good.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. I just wanted to start off by saying that I really appreciate you coming to all your sessions on time, and I think you've been doing a really great job coming consistently. So, thank you for that. All right, so I just wanted to check in and um, you tell me just rate how you would rate your level of misery, zero being the least, and then five being the worst.
I'll say five.
Okay. Sorry to hear about that. So, also to rate your level of urge to commit suicide.
Maybe a one.
Okay, and your level of urge to self harm.
Three.
Okay, and what's your level of urge to quit therapy?
That'll be zero.
Okay. So, you brought your diary card that I've asked you to bring from last session.
Yes, I did.
So you just want to give me a rundown of it from this week?
Okay. For my diary card, um, on after I left here last Wednesday, I did not get much sleep because Dave, my partner, kept insulting me. He insulted me a lot, so all through the night I was thinking about those insults and I was hurt and I cried throughout the night. And then on Thursday, I think he hit me. He hit me so much, and then um, I was still very sad. I did not. I didn't go out of the house. Um, the Friday, I I took so much alcohol. I woke up. I just took so much alcohol that day, and then I passed out. I still did not go to work. And on Saturday, my partner came back to the house. He saw me lying down. Then he started to insult me. He kept insulting me, and that drove me out of the house. And then I went to work. When I got to the office, my boss yelled at me, and my boss fired me. And then I went back home. I got really angry. I was very upset. Um, my partner wasn't there, so I got in the shower and then I cut and was feeling better. And so I came out of the shower. Um, that was that day. So next morning I also cut because it felt good at the moment. And then um, after cutting, he came back home and he apologized and we sat down in the we sat down in our porch outside our house, and then we had a drink. We smoked as well, and then he told me to go get a job at the bar. So the next day, the following day, I went there. I went for the interview, and then I got the job. I got the job, I worked that night, and when I got back home, we celebrated with a few drinks. And after that passed, on Tuesday, he verbally abused me because I was going to go late to work, and he said I was sleeping too much. So, um, then for the throughout the week, I wasn't happy at all. I was sad most of the time. I was angry all the time. I was not feeling calm at all. I was anxious. I was anxious almost every time. I felt shame. I was not proud of myself at all because I had drank so much during the week. Um, I did not sleep too well. I slept for the most was 8 hours, because even though I was lying in bed, I wasn't sleeping. So I for the urge to die, I felt like dying most of the days. Um, Dying was a 10 most of the days, and then self-harming, I felt the urge most days, and I self-harmed twice during the week. um, that was basically what I have for my report.
Okay. So, you said you self-harmed twice this week.
Yes, I did.
Let's talk about that and what, made you feel that caused you to self-harm. So, was the self-harm, was that in the same day or 2 different days?
I think it was 2 days in a row, when I lost my job and when I didn't have a job.
Okay, so you lost your job this week. Do you want to go into a little more detail of why you lost your job? Just tell me a little more about that.
Okay, I wasn't going to work when I should, because I am feeling anxious, I'm feeling depressed most of the days. My partner is very abusive. I am scared. I'm scared that it's going to hit me once I say something. The fear just makes me want to stay in bed and not go anywhere. I don't want to talk to anybody, because I have a black eye. My boss is going to notice, and they're going to start asking questions, and I don't want anybody asking questions. So I prefer to just stay in bed, but then I still have to go to work, and then because I'm going to work late, I think that's the reason why my boss fired me.
Okay. And so when your boss told you that he had to let you go,
he yelled at me first. He did not stop yelling at me. He called me good for nothing. He said I was always late, and I was no good. I wasn't doing the job well, and my work was no good.
Okay. So does this have a lot to do with why you're feeling a level 5 of misery today?
Yeah, because I'm not good to anybody. I am thinking I'm better off dead, because why am I here? My partner, the one who is supposed to be my support, is not supportive. He's always yelling. He yells at me for everything that I do. If I'm laying in bed, he's yelling. If I'm sitting on my couch, he's yelling. Whatever I do, he's just yelling and just keeps saying I'm worthless. So
yeah, and I can understand why you would feel that way. If your boss is, yelling at you and, being degrading in that way, and you're losing your job, you have every reason to feel the way that you do. So, after you lost your job, you go home, and then what?
I got home. I went into I got home. I checked for food. There was no food. I didn't feel like cooking. So I went into the room. It was empty. There were empty bottles everywhere. Then I looked in the closet. I had all dirty clothes. I didn't know where to begin. And so I decided to go in the shower, because that was the only place that looked neat. So I got in the shower. I turned the shower on, and then the heat from the water felt really good in my skin. And then I found the knife that I left there, and so I took my knife, and it looked really sharp, shiny against the water. So I just decided to feel it against my skin, and then it felt really good. And when my blood started flowing and mixing with the water, the sight was really good and it was calming for me. And so I stayed there for a long time bleeding, and then
What was your thoughts as you cut yourself?
I was thinking like it will make the pain go away. I was thinking the pain will go away once I cut. Everything will be okay once I cut. So I cut and everything felt okay. Yes.
So, I heard that you said that it made you feel calm.
Yes, it made me feel calm. In the moment, I felt really calm. Yes.
So, as that happened, did it make you feel better about getting fired?
It didn't make me feel better about getting fired, but it made me feel worthless. It made me feel like they were right, I guess. I think that's the way I felt. Like, okay, let the worthless part of me go away, then maybe the rest part of me will be fine.
So, when you cut, you said that it made you feel worthless, but that you were fired, or that you're cutting yourself because you are worthless and you deserve to have self-harm, or was it just a way to help you forget about the situation, or it makes your feelings go away about getting fired?
Okay, I think it actually made me forget in the moment, and then I felt like I had
Okay, so when you cut, you felt calm and it made you feel better. So, how did you feel later on that night?
I started to feel anxious again, and then in the morning I cut again, and then after that I still felt anxious, very anxious, because I was going to try to get a new job, and then anxious. I still felt anxious.
Okay. So that night you started feeling feelings of anxiousness. So the cutting didn't really take away the problem of not having a job. So the next morning you decided to get up and look for a new job?
Yes, my partner gave me someone's number that I could reach out to, and then I went there for the interview, and then I got the job at the nightclub, Iba.
Okay. So when are you gonna start?
I'm starting tomorrow.
Okay. So I know that you have had the drinking, issues and drinking to your blackout. Have you, thought about how to regulate your drinking or decrease the drinks you would take, just so you'll be safe?
I actually don't think my drinking is a problem. It just helps to numb the pain. It's hard. And drinking just helps, like, it's the only thing. It helps me go to bed. It helps me fall asleep. If I don't drink, I don't know how I would sleep.
Okay, so you said that you had harm 2 days in a row. Let's talk about the second time that you harmed. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
When my partner got back the day of the first harm, I think he hit me, and he was very abusive. So I took I had taken too much to drink that night, and then so when he in the morning he actually came back, and then he um, kept yelling because I'd woken up late after drinking. So um, I was very sad. I was very upset. So I still caught when he wasn't looking. So
Okay, so you had been up drinking, and then so that morning you woke up late, and did you have anywhere important to go?
not really. The interview was later that evening, so I
Okay.
didn't really have anywhere else to go that day except go out and look for any other random job,
Mm-hmm.
which I wasn't trying to do, which was what made my partner upset. So
Okay, so he wanted you to wake up early to go out and look for a job?
yeah, he says I should wake up like every other normal person, and I don't think I'm a normal person. I think I'm more worthless than normal people.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way, and that is certainly not true. You are worth as much as anyone else in this world.
You say that, but I don't feel that.
Yes, sometimes our emotions can control our feelings and overpower, our life. But we're gonna work on coping strategies to how to deal with feelings that you have. So I would just wanted to, go back to like the event that made you cut yourself. So when your boyfriend was yelling at you, he made you feel worthless, and you thought, I'm worthless. I'm not good enough, and this caused you to go and cut yourself? Was that when you decided to cut yourself immediately after he started yelling at you?
When I caught myself in the shower, and like it's to me it's like I'm washing things away. So when he yells at me, I try to wash the pain away in the shower. So it's after he yells at me that I go and cut.
Okay. So the place of where you cut is usually in the shower.
Yes.
This sounds like it's one of your comforting places.
Yes, it's my most comforting place.
And then you usually use the same knife.
Yes, I usually use the same knife.
Okay, so I'm thinking that, maybe that it might be best for you to get rid of the knife and not have it in the shower.
That's going to be hard.
Yes. It is going to be hard. But if you can maybe remove the knife and completely stop cutting, that would be good. Do you think you could do that?
Right now, cutting is the only thing that keeps me sane.
Okay. Well, do you think you can go 2 weeks without cutting and just remove the knife out of the shower? Instead, just getting in the shower to, relax. You said you like the water and how it feels on your skin. Maybe just try, standing in the shower and letting the water run down your body. I could teach you a mindfulness skill that you could do in the shower instead of cutting. Would you like to learn that? Okay, so when you get in the shower, you would just want to close your eyes. Take a really deep breath in. Hold it for 5 seconds. And then exhale. And just breathe in. And breathe out. Just clearing your mind of all of those thoughts and just let the water run down your body as you breathe in and breathe out. Yep, just like that. Do you think you can try doing that?
I can try.
Okay. So instead of cutting yourself, you can remove the knife out the bathroom to decrease your urge to want to cut, and replace, your urge to want to cut with that mindfulness activity, and just letting, the shower be comforting, but without the cutting. So that'd be great. And, it's just important to point out that, no one deserves to be abused. And I understand that, you feel worthless, or I understand why you might, get these urges to cut, because it's very hard to be in an abusive relationship. I completely understand your feelings and how frustrating, angry, and sad this would make you. I think that you could work on this relationship with your boyfriend and thinking, things over. Is this the best choice for you and your life?
He takes care of me.
Mm-hmm.
He takes care of me, and then apart from the yelling and hitting, he's always there. Like, he's the one who is always there for me. I do not have any other family or any other friends. I already lost my friends, and he's like my only friend.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think about it. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just really hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Like, I really love him, but
So.
he just thinks I'm worthless, and it's just sad.
Mm-hmm. So, if you leave him, you feel like you won't be able to survive or support your own self?
Mhm. That's right.
Okay. And I know that we talked about in last sessions that you were adopted.
Mhm.
Have you talked to your family members, parents, since that you left?
No, I haven't spoken to them. They're just hypocrites. Self-righteous hypocrites. Self-righteous and hypocrites mean the same thing.
Okay. So it sounds like you have kind of a strain in a relationship with your family,
Mhm.
and that might be causing some of the feelings that you have today. And I'm sorry about that. I think your safety is important, and just know that I'm always gonna be here for you if you need something, or I know that I'm genuinely concerned about you and your boyfriend's relationship. So I also wanted to talk about your ideation that you've been having? How are your thoughts on wanting to commit suicide?
I think about it all the time, especially especially when I'm in the shower. So instead of just killing myself, I say let me just cut, like feel the pain a little.
So, what are your thoughts? Like, are you imagining of committing suicide and how you're gonna do it, or what are your thoughts? What are the things that you're saying or thinking?
The only thing I can think about is maybe no, I really don't think about that. No, hardly. I just self harm.
Okay. Well, growing back to your, diet, I thought that you had mentioned that you had an urge to die, or, just feeling that way. So you really just don't plan it out, though. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I promised I was going to stay, so I'm trying. So I'm trying so hard. So when it comes to my mind, I just think about other things. So instead, I self harm.
Yeah. Okay. And we had talked about, some solutions for that. I know that, starting a new job can be very, very stressful. And it's not always gonna, be perfect, or there's not gonna be a day that you will go and not make one mistake, or, it's gonna be busy and hectic. And there's gonna be people that's, drinking, drunk, and it's gonna be kind of a demanding environment and a high stress environment. So I just wanted to, talk about maybe things that can help reduce your stress while you're working and starting this new job.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, so that way we can turn away from self-harm and, kind of just decrease that feeling and urge to want to self-harm. You can always take a break and do the mindfulness activity and deep breathing.
Okay.
It's very helpful to, ask questions and ask for help if you need it.
Okay.
It's always okay to ask for help if it's needed. I ask help when I need it. I need help. My supervisor, that's why supervisors are there to help us. So, even I have to ask my supervisor for help when I need it. And I just want you to remember that it's okay to reach out.
Okay.
We can't do everything on our own. And I also just wanted you to, not take on too many things at once. Know your limit.
Okay.
And maybe we can, talk about the alcohol, since there will be so much alcohol around. That's just going to be kind of the common thing, to do is to be around alcohol, and everyone's going to be drinking. It could,
I don't have a problem with drinking. I don't think I do. I drink and I pass out.
Yeah. Drinking it's not easy to just say that you have a problem, or sometimes it could be embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, yes.
Yeah, and then you feel like everyone's judging you.
I feel like you're judging me right now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry that you feel that way. That's not at all where I'm getting at. I just concerned about your health and you know drinking to blackout. Um, that's just a small concern that I'm want you to realize that can really affect you in the long run. But I am not judging you in any type of way. Um, I just think that just it's good to know the alcohol consumption and limits so that we don't have to, worry about blacking out or, because it's unsafe in this world today, especially working at a bar, and you just want to make sure that you get home safe. Okay. All right. So I also wanted to talk about, other strategies that you could do in the meantime. You know that you could always call me if you feel like, everything's too much or if you're feeling suicidal. If your urge to die increases, I think that it'll help for me to give you the domestic violence hotline number.
Are you saying I should report to my partner?
Oh no, that's not what I'm saying. The domestic violence hotline number is just a place you can call to get domestic violence resources, or if they're trained to work with this population of people that are experiencing domestic violence. You can, give them a call and anytime that you want, as well as me if you would like to call anytime that your boyfriend is being abusive or...
Can I call you on your direct phone?
Yes, you can call me on my direct phone. I want you to be safe, and I want you to think about that sometimes your urges of self-harm might be because, being in this kind of difficult situation. And our goal is to reduce any situations or toxic environments that can increase, this urge to self-harm. So do you think you can think about calling these domestic violence hotline numbers?
If it becomes unbearable, I will.
Okay. And I want you to know that there are, they do offer shelters at times if you ever need to, just get away.
Okay. If I go there, can I go back home, back to my partner?
Yeah. Yes, but if you want to go there and stay just the night, just to get your head straight, or just to think about things, then you can go there. Or if you would, want to stay there for a week or so, you can.
You can let me.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, like I would think just calling and asking what kind of services they offer would be good for you, kind of developing a relationship with them, because they're here for you. They're going to be there for you. So, is there anything else that you're feeling that you kind of want to talk about?
I just wanted to ask, why do you think my alcohol is a problem, and why do you think I can't actually stand being in a bar with alcohol? And I worked in bars before, and I'm still alive.
Yes. Okay. And if your judgment is that about yourself, I just kind of thought like drinking 4 times a week until you black out could cause health problems. When you drink alcohol, you shouldn't really black out. And that is from a non-judgmental place. But I just was concerned about you, you blacking out because of your drinking. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So what am I supposed to drink? What? Okay, if I were to reduce my drinking, what would I do? What steps would I take to reduce my drinking so it's not harmful for my health?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I would just get on the line and online and maybe Google like the standard drinking limit for women and like, how many ounces of alcohol is okay for one night. Just being educated about how to drink and, drinking limits and stuff like that was always going to be helpful. Because, I know that I thought it was a problem you had been drinking the other night. It was hard for you to wake up. And, if you're drinking the night before, you don't want, to drink too much to where you can't wake up and, in the morning. But just, researching and being educated about things like that will help a lot. So
you're saying for my abusive partner, I can get shelter at, where did you say the place was?
it's called True North.
True North. Okay. So if I go there, I'll get help. There'll be someone to help me. Do I need to tell them that you sent me?
You can, but not really. All you have to do is tell them your situation, and that's it. And they also offer restraining orders, or they assist with ex partes if you ever need to get one.
What's an ex parte, please?
It's like a court order for someone to leave you alone.
Really?
Yes, and not communicate with you. And if they were to violate that, then they would be arrested.
Okay.
Okay. So, we're not going to be too much longer. I just wanted to kind of circle back and, talk about how, we're going to remove the knife out of the bathroom, work on not self-harming for 2 weeks. Kind of just replacing self-harming with deep breathing and mindfulness. So that way you can just, relax more. And we decided to go to the shower because that's a comforting place for you. And then now you also have the option of calling the domestic violence hotline, and they're ready to help you if you want to get out of the situation with your boyfriend. And we're looking into the drinking, getting the drinking education up, and knowing our limits and things like that.
Okay.
So next week we'll meet again, and you can bring your diary card next week. I'll give you a new one. And just know you can always call me at any time. And I will see you next week.
Thank you.